This is now the Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer text line.
We got the hammer?
Yeah,
We
man.
got the hammer on
The
it?
Texas Hammer.
Hey, shout
Yeah.
out.
Wow, we got the hammer.
Yeah.
A Houston legend in his own right.
It's hammer time.
The Jim Adler Texas. Do I have to say all of it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on that. The Jim Adler Texas Hammer text line, 713-572-4610. How was your experience of the Super Bowl? Like, how did you watch it? How did you take it in? I kind of ended up in a place that I never want to be because
You were solo?
I was solo. I was at the crib.
Wow.
I was at the crib solo dolo.
That's the best way to do it, man.
Sometimes.
I don't agree.
Sometimes.
I don't agree.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was just me and my old lady. And
Wait, hold on. Press pause. You heard him, right?
Yeah.
my old lady,
He started
my
to have that
baby.
New Orleans. Yeah. We spent a week in New Orleans,
It was
and
just,
now we
it was
all.
just me and her. We
She
ordered
make
some
that
food.
dip that you took credit for?
She did. She
Oh,
actually
all right.
had some leftover
Don't be a
dip.
hater now.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know, man. You could hear that hate.
Oh,
But
no
then
hate.
I had a friend come. Shout out to my friend Jasmine. She came over.
See, now you had a few people.
Just one person.
That's fine. You had a nice group of a few people to be able to like bounce your ads off of, like your ad takes and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I think that it's perfect to have just a nice small group of folks. Like sometimes the party will get too big to where you lose the game. But a small group of people, or if you get a large group of people, but if everybody's on task. Like
Right.
I've been at Super Bowl parties with like media types where everybody. So we'll lock in, but then we'll also have conversations, and then you'll be talking about the football of it all. So I'm interested. What was your experience? Because I did not plan ahead, and I was like, oh, I'll just find something, and I got close. I was like, actually, I did not find.
Well, we were
anything. We're just gonna
talking
get the house.
last week, like, we like to have, a few people, not big, but a few people over, little crawfish, all that stuff. Well, it kind of took a turn on Friday when I found out my oldest and his wife and his daughter got sick. I'll just put it that way. And so they're all sick. And then my middle son had a party to get to. So my daughter came over for a little bit with her husband. But it ended up, we went ahead and just did a Super Bowl party just for us.
Oh, wow.
Little Swedish meatballs.
There you go.
Little truffle fries. Little Boston cream pie, which is one of my favorites.
Still a wild name.
Little, what else did we have? Oh, we had bean dip, little pimento cheese dip. We had like a little, just a party, And I only had one drink. I didn't want to drink too much yesterday.
We've
went
done
pretty
a lot
hard
of it
last week. Yeah.
From the 832, ordered 70 boneless wings, received bone-in wings instead, and they were breaded. Everyone was mad. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, that stinks.
Although, like, look, I think that I get it. Maybe in the party setting, the boneless wings, I feel like the bone-in wings, they did you a favor.
They did.
Yeah, no, I like the bone in better, but if you wanted something and they didn't give you that,
Yeah, that's the thing.
I would be pissed.
Yeah.
Potluck dinner. Oh, interesting. Okay, great food, good drinks. Only they said their buddy's poor wife was the lone Chiefs fan getting roasted. Yeah, but it is what it is.
How I go,
and
man.
here's the thing. If it gone the other way.
Hey, that's the tough part about going to a watch party or something like that, and you the only one fan that everybody going against. Either you're gonna have a good time or you're gonna have an awful time.
By the way,
man.
how's Ron doing?
I haven't heard from him.
Anybody do a well check?
Oh, man.
All right, 2 p.m. right here on Sports Radio 610.
But you know what?
But y'all were texting with
a
him,
collective. Kind of.
Yeah.
We were texting
He
in his
wasn't
vicinity.
responding.
He was not responding, which is fine. It's all good,
Yeah. But you know what?
Gotta
At
process.
first I felt bad, but after a while I'm just like, man, bro, you got 3 championships in the last 5 years.
We'd all wish we had
You'll
that
be all right,
problem.
and you'll probably be back next year.
We all wish we had that problem.
All right, so keep sending in. How did you take in the Super Bowl? But also, like, part of the Super Bowl party experience is having, like I said, having the people around, talking about the various things in the game. Like, what was happening with the score bug, dog? Like, I understand the Super Bowl is always where we unveil the score bug, and I think I'm just becoming a crotchety old dude, even though I'm only 32, soon to be 33 years of age. I understand that, every year I feel like I'm going to find fault with the score bug. I understand that about myself. I'm a little bit of a complainer. All right, that is out of the way. But this one was like overly, like, it was simple. It wasn't minimalistic. Like, it wasn't design-wise. It was just simple.
I didn't get it.
It to me,
I couldn't understand.
It's like they didn't finish it.
Yes, maybe that. Like, even just put a little white line around each box to kind of highlight. It was just sort of like fading into.
They should have just put like a little black background in the back of it.
Yeah, like I said white. Yeah, just something.
I was actually fine with the way the score part looked. But to me, when you put the stats on the side, like Patrick Mahomes' numbers on the side, it looked like something. I'm like, what is that?
Like I kind of almost wanted them to just like let's go straight 80s with it, where they just flash where it's a clean screen and then they flash like just the text over top.
Yeah.
Now I do appreciate what they were trying to do though, like relatively kind of get it out of the way, allow you to see through it, because sometimes you'll have stuff blocked with that score bug, but it just felt like I like a minimalistic score bug. Like I think CBS has done a pretty good
what
job.
You wanted.
No.
It seemed like it was a little too modern. They went way too modern, man.
I don't know
They
if that's the
overthought
case.
it.
But some
people overthink things.
It's interesting though that I've seen a few people say they liked it, like the 346 here on the text line. But for the most part, it seemed like there was a lot of complaining. Although again, we live in a society of complainers, and I am one of them. So I want to make sure I put that in there. Somebody said it was elementary.
Woo, that was worth $100.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Somebody said they paid Tom Brady all that money and they ain't have enough
talking
money.
about the highlight on the TV. I'll get to that during confessions.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a good day.
I've got to
for entertainment purposes only.
I've got to apologize to our listeners.
Oh, I bet you do. But how about the ads, man? The ads is one of those things that in an experience that you want to sit around and talk about at your Super Bowl party. And I feel like we're losing recipes as a society. And I imagine that, like, man, this does not go over the same. Actually, let me ask you like this: did you have one that was like deeply memorable for you?
Yes. To answer your question, and here's my answer to a lot of people. You know, it's all over. Well, the commercials aren't what they used to be, etc. I think what's going on with the spots in the Super Bowl ads.
$8 million for 30 seconds, by the way.
Yeah,
which they said on the broadcast. Which was weird. Fox Sports, y'all basically like, look at how much we were able to charge people, guys.
Look what we're charging y'all for these things. No, here's what I think is happening with the Super Bowl ads. There's fewer of the great ones, but there still are great ones. Like,
are there?
Yeah, like I thought, like, and they don't have to be hilarious or wild to be great. Like, what is the most like? Let's talk about what an ad is supposed to do.
Yes, that's fair.
It's supposed to sell the product.
Correct.
I'm telling you right now, Jeep is going to sell a gazillion Jeeps.
Well, off the Harrison Ford joint?
Off the Harrison, because it wasn't funny. It wasn't, outrageous.
No, you can go funny, or you can go sentimental, or whatever.
It didn't have the Clydesdales, although that was a good ad with the baby
the
Clydesdale.
was
but it was just like, wow, that hit.
The longest thing we ever do is live our lives. But life doesn't come with an owner's manual. Might have been nice, huh? But that means we get to write our own stories. Freedom is yes, or no, or maybe.
That's probably good, but it worked.
I think
it worked.
I think that's the one that probably did work.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was way too many PSA type of commercials going on.
Yeah, I had a thought. I was like, is it because they ran it up to $8 million that maybe they couldn't fill it out and they put some PSAs in here? I was like, there's a lot of PSAs.
It was a lot of PSAs for my liking, man. Like I understand, like, kind of makes sense. It was a car commercial and all that stuff, but it was a lot of PSAs. I'm just like, yo, what's up?
Now, and I don't dislike them. I was just a little perplexed. I was like,
it was way more than I thought.
And I guess shout out to Robert Kraft and his what was it? The He Gets Us, is it the Jesus folks?
Yeah.
Or no, that was the Stop Hate one with the Tom Brady and the Tom Brady and the Snoop Dogg. And I was like, oh, okay, all right.
And here's the other thing about the spots that I thought was interesting. Some of them are like, oh, that's kind of cool they did that. But you don't even know what the product is. That's why I thought the Jeep one. I think you guys might know, but I'm asking this question for our listeners. Let's hear this ad and tell me if you know what the product is.
I can't believe they let us back in this place.
Why?
Hello.
Nobody remembers that.
Something wrong?
Not doing it.
No good.
Nothing.
Well, we can't have that.
Yeah.
Well, we could probably stop it there,
when Harry Met Sally.
Harry Met Sally, she ended up doing the same thing.
The Big O's.
Do you know what the product was?
Yes, I do. But that's because I had seen the commercial, like they had unveiled the commercial weeks ahead. Which remember, I was like, we got trailers for commercials weeks ahead. So that was the Hellman's Mayo.
The Harry Met Sally one was cool, but I don't know how much it helped Hellman's. Jeep made some money yesterday.
I think
Jeep made some money.
Well, I think Mountain Dew might have made some money because they went the way where I kind of hated the ad, but I hated it to the point where I'm going to remember the ad, which was the AI. Well, I don't even know if it's technically AI generated seal where they
that
superimposed
was
Seal's
gross.
face on a seal. I was like, yo, why are they
awful.
subjecting me to this?
It was awful. Same thing with the cowboy head.
Oh yeah, the
Cowboy head was gross.
The Tubi ad.
That was gross.
Yeah. Which, by the way, like, what is Tubi actually selling? Because I'm pretty sure it's free. I'm pretty sure you just go in there and sign up, huh?
Maybe that's what they want.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
In fact, they had it being sold there. People mentioned Bud Light.
Yeah, the Clydesdale one was cool.
Somebody mentioned the breast cancer commercial. Yeah, again, the sentimentality of it, and again, I think that's where Figgy leans into like the PSA.
Yeah,
feel.
it was like a couple of those where I'm just like, it's a lot of. I think it was a Jesus one, like a religion one in there. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, and shout out to the 713 bringing me back around to one of them, which the Jesus ad was the one where they used the Depeche Mode, which I was like, I'm surprised that it took them this long to find that.
Great song, too.
Incredible. Personal Jesus, love it.
God, I love that song.
Pizza rolls, the Totino pizza rolls was very good. With the Detroiters, and I think it's particularly because those guys are wild boys. But yes, them with the alien.
I like the Duncan one.
I don't even recall
with the Belichick and Ben Affleck, and we don't have to play it, Figgy, but that was a cool one. I was like, because Belichick and his girlfriend was in it.
Yeah,
his girlfriend was in it.
Yeah,
too.
Drewski was in it.
Yeah.
A few other ones that were notable for me. The Sloth commercial, which I'm trying to remember. I think that was the Coors Light. That was the Mondays case of the Mondays one.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah.
But see what I mean? They're not as many, but there's still some really good ones in there.
The one is crazy because the one that really made me chuckle a little bit, it was the toilet paper one. The Angels toilet.
I don't. Maybe I'm just getting to a point because I feel like year after year we get to the end of the Super Bowl and I look at lists and I'm like, I don't even remember seeing that. And I was watching.
I was sitting there. I thought I was tripping. The quote, Ron. I'm like, am I getting punked? I'm like, anybody else feeling these commercials?
Yeah.
And everybody was kind of on my side a little bit where it was all kind of meh. But that toilet paper one is the one I'm like, damn, that's probably the best one I saw so far.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned the Haagen-Dazs one, which again, gonna be completely honest, can't recall. Stella Artois with
that was a good
David
one.
Beckham and Matt Damon. I thought that
Damon's
was
like,
interesting.
are you popular? Yeah.
And then I thought one of the things that made me go, okay, this feels like we're going back to, because you know this uniquely, Lopez, living through the times that you have in covering hoops. Nike as an ad, like with the ad firm that they used to work with, used to be incredible at advertising.
Yeah.
And it feels like they lost their way a little bit. The women's, like that women's ad that they did where it was like, you can't do that, you can't do it, so you can't, or I've already forgotten the slogan, which is on me personally. Yeah. But like, the slogan that they put up there, I was like, yo, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to feel a little bit the way that Nike used to make you feel watching ads.
Right.
There's a lot. There's a lot of people coming in, and somebody said, yes, you can get a Tubi account without commercials. So I imagine that.
But you just got to sign up. I don't think you have to pay, but you just got to like sign up.
And yes, Clint showed up on Super Bowl. I imagine just locally, but Clint on the Mo Karam ad. Shout out to
that was one of my confessions too. The first time I seen him in the Mo Karam commercial, it was during the Rockets game, and you know how they had those licking spots when the person at the free throw. And I wasn't paying attention. I heard his voice. I'm like, was that Clint? It was gone. And then one day I'm like, look at Clint Stoerner and the referee. Sure.
Oh, and shout out Fair Play. The Bud Light ad with Shank Gillis and Peyton Manning with the cul-de-sac. Yeah. Big men on the cul-de-sac. I was like, okay, yeah. So I guess the beer companies will still get something done over the course of it. Yeah, the ads, as we reminisce, it was fine. But again, I think we're at a place where it's just, I don't think you're going to have the feeling of maybe the expectation is too high, right? Similarly with the dunk contest.
I think that's it.
We're just at a place where it's just the expectations are too high for us to be like, yo, that was great.
How you feel about the Kanye ad for Yeezy?
Man, Fox ought to be fined by the FCC for letting that happen.
Hey, he paid that money.
They ought to be fined.
He paid that $8 million or whatever it was.
I bet he did.
Yeah, to shoot the commercial on the iPhone.
All right.